Marc Edwards, KC Realtor. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's blessed. I just want to give out a quick video real quick before I head to this meeting to just give information about the pre-approval. The reason why us realtors require it, well, most realtors do. So if you have any questions about home ownership, I'll be glad to answer those for you. But first off, I'm working with a few buyers and they don't understand necessarily why. I'm like, well, you got to get pre-approved. It's not necessarily that we don't want to show you houses, us realtors, or that we don't want to work with you. There's a couple reasons why. For one, pre-approval helps with the offer process. Once we get down to putting in an offer, a lot of times sellers, they don't want to even listen to your offer if they know that, oh, but they're not pre-approved yet, or they think that, oh, they're just pre-qualified. This offer may not be as strong because they might not even get the funding or get the loan that they need to buy the house, if you understand that. Your offer is way stronger if you got a pre-approval letter sitting here on paper that just says, okay, they're approved for $185,000. This house is $170,000. We know they're going to get it. If they put in an offer, bam, like this is it. So, it goes a long way. It's a lot stronger offer. Your offer will get looked at first when you're looking at pre-approval as opposed to just being pre-qualified. Pre-qualified says, oh, okay, yeah, it looks like you might be able to afford this, but you haven't really gotten it in your paperwork or, your W-2s and your information like that for us to calculate it. So it's subject to change. They might say, well, you're pre-qualified for 180, and then when they look at it, it's like, oh, well, really, we only can approve you for 150. And then also on the back end, we don't want to show a bunch of houses that you might not be able to afford. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or whatever you want to call it and be showing you houses and you get your hopes up, and then when you get actually pre-approved and you're looking and you're like, oh, well, all those houses I was looking at, they're way out of my price range. So we like to get pre-approvals. That way we have a nice price range to work with. We know what to work with. That way when you're seeing houses, these are actually houses that you can actually buy, that you could afford, and that you could live in. And for me, some realtors, they do it differently. Like, they say you're approved for 180 or 200, and you might be looking at a house that's 210, 215. I don't like to do that. I like to look at a house that we know you can afford and one also that you can keep. It doesn't do me any good. If I get you into a house and a year later, 2 years down the road, you're foreclosed on because you can't afford it, I still would feel, kind of bad about that. Like, I'm in a position to help. I don't want to, get people in a situation where they can't afford it. So, I want to make sure you're pre-approved. And most of the time, yeah, everybody looks at the top of their budget. And I tell all my clients to go right underneath your budget. That way you're safe. You got a little wiggle room. Say, spouse or somebody loses their job or something, bad would happen. You still could afford that house. You still have your home. So if you're approved for 200, I'm going to say look around 180. That way also, with the market the way it's going today, you might have 2-3 different offers on that house. You got a little wiggle room. If you really, really want that house and you're approved and, for 200 and they want 180, then okay, we know we can actually offer maybe 190, if we get into a bidding war or something like that, God forbid that happen. So I just want to give that information out. That's why we do like pre-approval. Pre-approval means you've given out your W-2s, your bank statements, you've given your proof of income, your pay stubs, all that's turned in, and you got an actual pre-approval letter or email in hand with a certain amount, and then we can get the ball rolling. You just need a 580 credit score. A lot of people will say, well, I think it's 620. I work with lenders that, can get you in at 580 as long as you don't have too much debt, and we can go start looking. So yes, that's why I say go ahead and get pre-approved. Get that pre-approval letter, that POF, proof of funds letter. We will go look. I will do my best to find that home for you, and you'll be happy to get those keys and happy to get something that you can afford. With that said, that's the pre-approval, and that's why a lot of realtors recommend you get pre-approved as opposed to just being pre-qualified. So y'all have a blessed day. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.